Hi guys, it's Ethereal Awakening, and I'm doing an individual zodiac sign reading for Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Check your North Node. Um, the best guide is your heart. If it resonates with you, then there's a message there for you. If it leaves a bad taste in your mouth, spit it out. Walk away. No big deal. It's not for you. Um, More importantly, if something I say triggers you or angers you, that's most likely spirit trying to pull something out of you to look at, for you to look at and address and heal. So happy to do so, happy to guide and help anyone also. Again, this is for Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus in the sign of Leo. Spirit, what messages do we have for Leo? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus in the sign of Leo. What messages do we have for Leo? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Thank you in advance. All right. First card out. Current energy, Hanged Man. Four of Cups. Needing to look at something from a different perspective. Looking at a big picture. Heart space, Three of Rods, Justice. This is manifesting exactly what is fair from any position. If you want to look at it from a narrow-minded view, you will get a narrow-minded result. If you step back and look at it from a different perspective, you'll get that different perspective's result. So this is intentionally manifesting or not. Recognizing that. Wheel of Fortune in the possible outcome. Ace of Rods. Underlying energy, or what you might not be aware of, is the Five of Swords. Page of Cups and the Tower. Well, Leo. Spirit Spirit is wanting you to end this attitude of winner take all and learn what's necessary. Because the Page of Cups is starting to touch on his emotions, starting to kind of play with what those are. And it's not typically a feel-good experiment. Not at first. Not at first. Simply because we compound a lot of negative emotion from all of our life. Society, family, not knowing that what we're doing is doing more harm. But this is the Page of Cups is a wonderful energy to be in when I look at this spread, because it's at least taking the time to go, I need to do something about these emotions. They haven't been serving me the best way. I've been more emotionally reactive than emotionally responsive. And that will get you, certainly will get you exactly what is fair. If you lead with your emotions and you make choices because you feel one way, your feelings are constantly changing. So it's like looking at, this is, in this current energy, something is beckoning you, which would be spirit, God, evolution, nature, is asking you, something is poking at you to step back and look at the bigger picture. Because when we have the Four of Cups, we've narrowed down on details of things that are really not serving us. Looking at those little fine details, he said this, and then she did this, and then that did it. All of that is really irrelevant when you back up and you go, but I was there. I didn't have to be there. Nobody had a gun to my head to be there. So my involvement in the situation really is a bigger picture kind of thing. And it's taking that Hanged Man approach. Like that spirit saying, poke, poke, poke. You can look at this completely different. And then this in your heart space when you're manifesting, because You know, the Three of Rods is looking out on the horizons and knowing that your ships are coming in. Now, those are your ships. You manifested them, and they are fair. They are fair. Because even something that doesn't feel good is trying to get you to learn something about yourself. And in your possible outcome, these are all possible outcomes. We have free will. We can learn or we can repeat. That's why there's nothing that's bad. If you find yourself in these cycles where God's like, nope, you've sat in this for too long, and then you get dumped out. You don't have to be dumped out feeling like a tower. Like, oh my gosh, everything's up in the air. You can see it coming. I want to say that the Wheel of Fortune is more like, this is the foresight to know it's coming. So this is Spirit coming through underneath saying, you can have a tower moment, all fair, all manifested by you. You can have a tower moment based off of this winner take all. It doesn't matter who gets hurt in the meantime. Sure, this can be your outcome too. This page, recognizing that there's a tower or there's a Wheel of Fortune. Now, the Wheel of Fortune can dump you out in like a tower, or it can dump you out exactly where you want to go. It's all where you want to go. Fair, honest. And that's the big key, is the Justice card has the sword too. Fair and honest. So when we can honestly take a look at ourselves and what the situation is, we can say, do we want a Wheel of Fortune that just dumps us out into what feels like a tower moment? And we had no control. I had no idea. I didn't see it coming. The Wheel of Fortune sees it coming and can make the appropriate moves and says, no, I'm not going to go through this again. I'm going to step back, look at things from the different perspective, the bigger picture, recognize that I am manifesting all of the outcomes that I have. And then, because I've recognized it, it's not only dumping me out in a more desirable outcome, it's dumping me out with the Ace of Rods. I have something I've learned, and I can take this to my friends, family, coworkers who are going through the same issues, and I can be of service. So this is definitely like a warning of the emotions. This is emotional recognition, self-recognition, that says, you know what? I'm tired of these cycles where I feel completely up in the air, and I'm not going to allow that anymore. I'm going to learn about my emotions. I'm going to know who I am on a deeper level, because the page will eventually graduate up into the King and the Queen, and then you'll be amongst the High Court, where the towers that come at that point, they don't feel like this. They don't feel like you're falling into the oblivion with lightning all around you and horrible. The towers then you saw coming, and you can make adjustments. And you can make adjustments. So it's this reading for me is asking you, Leo, to recognize that this is a simple change in perspective. This is simply looking at the bigger picture so that you recognize you've been manifesting your outcomes all the while. That there is no, well, it happened to me. That's victimhood. And we do not need to be in victimhood, because the Wheel of Fortune can spit you out with something passionate to help others with. And who doesn't like that idea? Who doesn't want to go out into the collective and have a message to share? This is beautiful. So, Leo, I hope this has helped.